at my eyes, Faye. One of them is a fake because I lost it in an accident. Since then, I've been seeing the past in one eye and the present in the other. Never the whole picture.
You've never told me anything about yourself. So don't tell me now.
Hi guys, this is Andrew. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm talking about one of the most influential pieces of animation from the 90s. I tried watching Cowboy Bebop for the first time quite like a year ago, but at the time I quit after 2 or 3 episodes. Anyway, it kept calling me back, so something less than a month ago I decided to pick it up again and start watching it all over again from the beginning. It has not been a week since I finished it, and I felt like I had so many thoughts in my mind about it that I had to write down something. So here I am, commenting one of the few things that I really felt moving in the last few years. The emotions it made me feel had not been around since I had finished Evangelion, and it's been a while. Now, I don't know how properly argumentative I'll be, but I'll try at least to put some order into this. So, first of all, a brief introduction. Cowboy Bebop is a 98 series in 26 episodes by Sunrise, the same studio of Gundam and Code Geass. Cowboy Bebop is a very inorganically narrated story about so many things. Spike, Jet, Faye, even Ed and Nine, from a certain point of view, are incredibly well-written characters, also mysterious when introduced, and also clear and unclear when the story ends. Spike and Jet, apparently, are two simple bounty hunters, wandering around on a spaceship, which is of course the Bebop, searching for bounty heads in a post-apocalyptic world in which people have abandoned Earth, after an accident with an hyperspace gateway made it quite like uninhabitable. The richer have escaped from the planet, and the richest now live on Mars. People are born on other planets of the solar system, or even farther away, and have no memories of Earth. Obviously, the wider our civilization grows, the wider the disparity. And in such an open world, crime has become an even bigger problem, with powerful criminal syndicates like the Red Dragon and the White Tiger ruling over planets. And the police has become ISSP, Inter-Solar System Police, working across all inhabited planets and mooning in the solar system. It's the police itself issuing bounties, because since the world to protect has gotten so big, they can't serve their job alone, and they are in constant need of external help. Funniest of all things is that Spike and Jet come from opposite sides. Spike was part of the Red Dragon, one of the 2 biggest ruling criminal syndicates, while Jet was part of the ISSP. And actually, the motivations for them to quit their past lives are quite similar. They both found themselves into corrupted orders and sought something different out there. Then there's Faye, who seems in the first moment maybe even the shortest of the 3, a femme fatale with big problems with gambling, bounty hunting, just in an attempt to pay her debts. She joins them on the Bebop, but then she walks away from them to seek some peace. She has contrasting feelings about her new companions, and at the same time, while the 2 of them, trying to move forward, are searching for a way back to their past, she's trying to discover her own, since Faye has no memories of her past life. She's been in a cryogenic capsule for a very long time, and she woke up decades after she'd been put to sleep, in a very different world from the one she was coming from, surrounded by people she doesn't know, with exorbitant debts for the treatment she underwent, and no economical means to pay. That's how she falls in love with Matsumoto, but after escaping, she's alone, once again, with nowhere to go, no place to call home. She doesn't even know anything about herself. But even when she finally learns about her past, there is no one waiting for her. Too much time has passed, and the only place she can actually call home is the Bebop itself. The story of Cowboy Bebop is so smoothly narrated. Very important events happen from time to time, but nothing shown has no meaning or is put there just to fill space, like Matt Pierrot's episode, or the brain scratch one, the speak like a child one with the Metamax tape. They all provide something to the image of the world the story is set in, to give a well-rounded idea of the environment the characters you get to love live in. This is one of the things I love about Cowboy Bebop space. It's relaxed, yet it's never delayed. Things are not moving fast so that the attention to detail can be perfected. Many little hints left here and there about what the anime wants to tell are very easy to miss, especially if you're not paying too much attention, but the message the series wants to convey, in the end, comes to you anyways. The series deals with many different thematics, like existentialism, boredom, solitude, and the influence of the past. And all of these are embodied in its main characters. Jet's past is the ISSP, and his relationship with Elisa, a woman he fell in love with when he lived on Ganymede. She's then left, leaving a goodbye message and never coming back home. When, during the story, the Bebop's crew lands on Ganymede for a bounty hunt, Jet meets Elisa again, who's got a new boyfriend, with a bounty on his head for defending her from an usurer. After catching him, Jet finally gets to clarify with the woman the reason she left. And Elisa says that she wanted to make her own choices, even her own mistakes, thing that was impossible with him alongside her. I don't know if Jet really realizes his fault, but surely he realizes that he doesn't love her anymore, and it's time to move on from his past. The same thing happens later on with Fed, his former partner in the ISSP. Fed, collaborating with the European syndicate, betrayed Jet and shot him in his arm while they were hunting down Uday, a very dangerous criminal part of the syndicate. Jet left Ganymede years later still not knowing who had shot him. And when he finally gets to know, is when they meet again, together with Uday, on a prison transport ship he and some other prisoners had taken control of. Uday tells Jet the truth, and thus is killed by Fed, who then, eventually, is killed by Jet. You see, Jet chooses to never look back anymore into his past. It has nothing worthy to offer. His life is what's to come, not what's behind him. And he's at least apparently fine on his own. Spike, well, Spike is another story. Spike is a dark past in the Red Dragon Syndicate, we've already said it. And I haven't mentioned neither Vicious nor Julia yet, but they are crucial parts of Spike's past life, his past partner in the association and now sworn enemy, and the love of his life. Since Spike, faking his death, has left the syndicate, he's been consistently trying to find a way back to Julia. You see, Spike is attached to his past. He can't let go of it. He even tells Faye that one of his eyes is consistently focused on the past, and only the other one is looking at the present. While Jet has come to terms with his previous life, and Faye, even after getting her answers, has nothing to seek for in hers, Spike is still there with his mind, opening a life reunited with Julia. Just the two of them, away from all the problems that severed them. Well, one interesting thing is what Faye tells Jet about Julia. She says she indeed looks like a fascinating woman, but nothing too special. Now, what I want to focus on is that, in the end, Faye and Julia are just two sides of the same coin. Julia, at least in Spike's memories, is described idealistically as a modest, elegant woman. The only appearance she properly makes is in the last 2 episodes of the series, where she appears is everything but elegant. She shoots, she doesn't flinch, drives very evasively when the syndicate's tracking her down. It seems like memory is not Spike's best ally. And at the same time, Faye, who seems so unworthy of trust, gambles and all, used to be sweet. An idealistic girl before the accident. They are both very fascinating women. One used to be in a very deep relationship with Spike, and the other one, even though they are apparently not in love, is in a very deep relationship with him now. What I want to say is that, given that Spike sees no future for himself, nobody can really escape the Red Dragon, he says, he keeps on clinging to his past. And to be honest, this isn't that far off from our everyday life. When we feel empty, when we feel a sense of void, we try to look back at the past and recall a sense of completion that we can't actualize anymore. Spike is obsessed with his past, obsessed with the image of Julia. Maybe even more than with Julia herself. And it's pretty normal. Truth is, he actually would have a future in front of him. That's what Faye tries to say. He could stay with them on the Bebop. He could try to really move on. He has new friends, a new job, people he can sort of call family, even though he's tried keeping them emotionally away from him. Faye begs him to stay. Maybe also because she doesn't have anything but Jet and Spike anymore. But he refuses. Spike chooses his past. And that's how, after finally finding his way back to Julia, he almost immediately sees her die in front of him. And then, after finally defeating Vicious, in all likelihood, he dies himself, Cowboy Bebop made me feel a part of all of this suffering. I struggle so much, constantly trying to understand where I belong in this world, never feeling totally fulfilled, and that's probably why the show resonated with me so much. I tend to look too much at the past, to romanticize what's behind, always thinking that what's further holds nothing more. You're gonna carry that weight. I think I carried that burden, and realized that, probably, both eyes should be focused on the present.